It's Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Banache. And Michelle, Thanksgiving is coming around.
I'm so excited. I love Thanksgiving.
Me too.
And I also love America's Thanksgiving Parade. That's the Thanksgiving Parade I grew up on. And we're here talking with Tony Michaels, President and CEO of the Parade Company. And Tony, are you guys all gearing up for the parade this year?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's so exciting. I mean, here we go with the America's Thanksgiving Parade, and of course that same morning, the Fifth Third Turkey Trot, and Hobnob Gobble the week before. So this is a big season.
You know, I have to ask you about Hobnob Gobble because I get totally confused on what that event is. I've never been there yet, so sell me on this and tell me what it is.
Well, Hobnob Gobble is the ultimate playland and fundraiser in the city of Detroit. Of course, the funds go towards the foundation, the Parade Foundation, which helped with the parade on. It's a black tie for kids from 1 to 95, and there are 20 carnival rides. There is food from sideline to sideline on the field at Ford Field. Major entertainment brought in. It is just one of those gotta go every year type of events, and we're so fortunate that so many people support it, which helps support the Parade Company.
You know, I think about events like the America's Thanksgiving Day Parade and the charity program you do, and like the International Auto Show in Detroit and the charity program they do. Detroit's really kind of uniquely, I think, positioned to have these great events that also tie, into these charity functions.
Yeah, it's really true. And you think about it, we have such great support in this city from the corporations and people and contributors for all of these great events. And you mentioned the North American Auto Show. I mean, what a huge night that is. And, Hobnob Gobble with us. And of course, just sponsoring a float. And being a part of America's Thanksgiving Parade is huge, and there are so many companies who do it. So it's a great city, and we have such a great area.
Well, I was telling Michelle before the program that I just love parades, and Michelle was saying she does too. Why don't you kind of fill us in on some of the fun things that happen every year that'll be back again this year?
Well, you always have the staples, the bands and the clowns and all of those great things. We've been so fortunate to have so many new floats every year for the past 2 to 3 years. And this year, no difference. We have General Motors Foundation, Quicken Loans, Fifth Third Turkey Trot, and the Skillman Foundation. We have 4 amazing new floats. Celebrities, including Alex Morgan, who is the real star of the women's soccer team in the Olympics, scored the winning goal in the semi and set up the winner in the final. We've got swimmers from the Olympics. I mean, it is really going to be a special day here in Detroit.
And talk a little bit, speaking of floats, what goes into making those floats, because some of them are pretty elaborate and ornate.
Yeah. Well, we start the presentation process by, of course, talking to the various companies and their marketing groups or, C-level groups. And we then understand the messaging and what they would like to, put out as far as their message, not only being involved in the parade, but what's that message that they want to get out. So we then come back with a series of designs. And then once we get approval, we are often producing them right here at the Parade Company on Mount Elliott. And if you have seen it the last couple of weeks and the last few months, it has been a buzz with the building and production of these floats and many other things that appear in the parade itself. So we make it all here, design it here, along with the costumes. The costumes are designed here and made here, right at the Parade Company. So it's quite unique and very exciting.
You know, that other parade that happens on Thanksgiving that people are aware of kind of features the big kind of balloon type displays. Do you have many of those or any of those this year?
Yeah, we do. We have lots of big balloons. That other parade does a lot of balloons.
Yeah.
We don't do as many, but ours are pretty impactful. Now, this year, I must tell you that there has been a helium shortage.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I do know.
Yeah, and so we've been given an allotment, and you'll see 6 to 8 major balloons in the parade this year, including a couple of new additions. So we're excited, and we're happy with the allotment of helium that we got. Looking at the situation,
that's an absolute true. a problem for us right now because they use helium in hospital situations, and we have a shortage.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought that would be a problem?
Right.
Very strange. You know, there are so many behind the scenes things that go into putting on a parade. You work year round with your staff to make this work. Any kind of funky things that you can share with us that people might find interesting?
Well, you're right about the year-round because, not only do we do these Thanksgiving events, but also the Target fireworks every year. So
right.
We're working year-round, and one of the things that we have to literally raise the dollars from these great corporations and contributors throughout the entire year. And then they go towards putting these events on and so on. As far as quirky, year-round, I don't know if this is quirky, but it's really something that you feel great about here at the Parade Company is that we are able to bring in so many graduates of CCS and other artists to work here, and we line up jobs and for months for many of these people to work right here at the Parade Company, helping us in producing all of these great things. So, not quirky, but boy, when you think about it, it's feel good. It really is. You have so many people working here and doing great things.
And you have so many people that come watch this parade too. What are the crowds that come down?
Well, the estimate is upwards of 1 million people lining, what is over 2 miles of the parade route, and on television, a 20 rating. This is one of the most viewed events by far in the city of Detroit. And what's so special is that it just brings people together. And we talk about how many people attend, but wow, it's all about smiles, and it's all about, really making an impact in people's lives.
I watch it every year in West Michigan on the local TV station, but of course WDIV Local 4 broadcast it, WJR 760 AM broadcasts the parade. So you have, all this media support. It's so important for all the reasons that you mentioned. Just to get 1 million people down on Thanksgiving Day in downtown Detroit is really quite a thing. Of course, there are all these other functions going on. Can you kind of give us a little more information on the race that morning?
Yeah, the Fifth Third Turkey Trot is in its 30th year. Last year we had almost 21,000 runners. This year we think it's going to be in the range of 23,000 runners. It's getting close to being capped out at that point, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
But it is so exciting, and we thank Fifth Third so much for what they do, and Jack Riley and his group. It's a very big deal, but you think about it, with Hobnob Gobble on Friday night the 16th, and then first thing, Thanksgiving morning, the Fifth Third Turkey Trot, and then the parade at 10 o'clock. It's pretty exciting for this city. It really, truly is. And you throw in all of the great companies included, and our board, and everybody, all the leaders, Sandy Pierce, who's our chair, and so many people who are involved in this. It really, really feels good. And I should add that this year we're so excited because John and Debbie Dingle are the Grand Marshals. And
oh, great.
All of the great years that they have served this community, it's just amazing.
Well, of course, grandstand tickets, I think, are still available, and so you can go to the website to find out more. That website is theparade.org. Tony, would like to thank you for joining us today, talking about America's Thanksgiving Day Parade on Thanksgiving Day. How appropriate.
Yeah, easy to remember.
that works. Tony Michaels, President and CEO of the Parade Company, the one and only. Well, that's about all the time we have for the Travel Michigan program today. Don't want you to forget, it is Election Day coming up very soon. Make sure to be informed and go and cast your ballot. Every single vote counts, and you want to be part of that decision, so don't forget to vote. I want to thank Mark Blackwell for engineering today's program. And on behalf of Michelle Benash and all of us at Travel Michigan, I'm Dave Lorenz, inviting you to join us next week on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.